in Accra. Na ene munim say the member of parliament for Assin North nen sem ne sign kopie mu e wo court e ba court nsam so dia dependable man on the beat Joseph Ackah Blay. Joseph Ackah ba na te saying
boko
good in the end no court be na mo call in the day in PM
e kopie mu high court obeka ya last week no atama ye kopie mu high court na mo bo court na manie say
yes
omo ye say omo be 7 MP no retire criminal summons na omo ntumi no kaya court na ma order say omo fa nko bone dan ho e wo Accra ha omo say Manette Estate nti the court registrar no mutumi carry out that order no mo de ko bo ho that's legally meant that the
ya 7
nti ye kopie mu high court we na MP no be PM.
Oh, okay. And then you buy.
Member
of Parliament Ankasa by High Court.
High Court.
Okay. In a way, relative to the Attorney General criminal action will take against him.
Forgery, perjury, deceit of a public officer, not really making a false declaration. Those charges, no. And no, OBPM.
Ah. Okay. Inti Obaya, no. What happened in court?
Inti Omo Emra originally last week, no. Judge in a Jenny case no or fixed for hearing at 10 a.m.
Okay.
For any.
Okay.
In the Eko PM no na Chachuchikata our representing the Chikwesi was Supreme Court na our High Court. Me we saw ne clerks in interaction bi anche bia na judge no e bai e betenase. Ti judge ne ba betenase no. E na Chachuchikata sorry no boy judge that man here say ono no ye Mr. Kwesi ne lawyer. Na or sign what case be involving Mr. Kwesi was Supreme Court and they are intina na or book clerk na man say judge nemba no me free case nte na so me to ashada na bibia because or was some legal points be also raise here on yes so me raising in temper so ma court na deal with before Supreme Court time no ebeso enti o make request ne say judge nem free case nte enti I want judge ne case okay yen free case no afi a free case na amobisa say MP ni wo hia na woni courtroom mo nti hono na Mr. Chikata ka say oh he's supposed to be here nti omo make call so much say oh we do a oba no nti hono the court na ka say side and the obegina case no they was standing down for just a few minutes to wait for him nti anche na MP ebe PM and almost sign free case ni bio but that director of public prosecution na obegina mo last week no on by. And there was another state attorney now about for a different matter no court. And therefore mo free case ni biom no. And a Chachuchikata raise the issue ni biom no. Say our matter be was Supreme Court no. And therefore na state attorney ni bo court na man say we receiving message from DPP na say case no somewhere at 10 a.m. And he say 10 a.m. the DPP no handle case BCC at 10 a.m. bit ma PM. And he said I was a court no. I train. And therefore na Chachu say oh because me say also me call Supreme Court nti be ya anka judge no oma either say obetu asheda na yen deal with we but the judge no argument ne say arraignment no more oma file charges against obi no be PM nti once ani pa na be PM no the business for the day has to be responding to those charges nti on to me and just into sheda it means that what happens to the status of the accused person because I was say kind charges or responding na ya dealing with issues of bail na honkeka and at that point, no, na okay, say what check records him, no, who's records him say, I was here in the year 10 a.m.
Okay.
And he or announce say or standing case down to 10 a.m. and I'll call back into chambers. And at that point, na Mr. Chikata PA no, omoko Supreme Court, but MP Nankasane, a host of other colleagues in Parliament, to say how I address you, Mubabetani, Omugusu Etrenye.
Oh, okay.
And he eventually 10 o'clock, no. And DPP ne buy na face so Chachuchikata so sign of course Supreme Court ba mo call kwamo ajani
okay
Supreme
Court there no
there and if you sign back and after
Chachu and the counsel for
Question
that's both at the Supreme Court and High Court there no oh okay
and if you free case no biom no this time around DPP no and Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuyayeboa
okay
nti ono na no lead Deputy Attorney General lead prosecution team no for NNO
okay
that I'm for a case na omuka say Mr. Chikata no some legal points but you go ahead and raise here or kind facts of the case, some portion of the fact of the case, Ackah said the MP was not eligible to contest the election. Until I say because he owed allegiance to another country. Or say that particular statement, it raises an issue of interpretation. In this court, it's not clothed with the capacity to deal with it.
And why it raises
Chachukikata.
Okay.
Until Ackah said, court name refer to the Supreme Court for interpretation. To me, man, go ahead with proceedings in the crowd. Even though there were issues about whether 116, 117 about this service to and from Parliament privileges, or say he had issues about how the MP had been served.
Okay.
But because the facts actually raised an interpretation issue, belabor the point about the privileges issue.
Okay.
But rather, he will ask the court to refer it to
the Supreme Court
for interpretation. And the one the Deputy Attorney General also, my friend is on responding, and also, and the response on my end say, a facts of the case not my file, and the facts is relative to the crime. It's not the case that the AG's office has put a different meaning on the said constitutional provision. Ackah said the prosecutors have one meaning, the accused defense team also have a different meaning, in which case you have to refer it to the Supreme Court. In his opinion, they'll say there was no rival interpretation. I ben merit somebody has some Supreme Court. Under the Act 30, once our file charges against will be able to more court on it there, the person has to respond to those charges. And so the charges have been duly filed on there. In his opinion, they didn't raise any interpretation issues. And the Honor Court agreed with the Deputy Attorney General. And took the view that the facts now Ackah said because he owed allegiance to another country was not eligible to contest. It doesn't raise any issue of interpretation that requires a referral to the Supreme Court for interpretation. And so because of that, the court said that it was proceeding to have the charges read and the plea of the MP taken.
In the charges, omo kind
charges,
And MP in the plea, omo take. And the plea was
not guilty.
Not guilty.
I say guilty by now. Yeah, this guy's sentence, and I say when the sentence will be done. Yeah.
In the plea, they are not guilty.
Not guilty for all the charges.
And court near so omo file omo defense, right?
Omo disclosures, no.
Okay.
Disclosures, no. Okay. Prosecutors need disclosures, no. Yeah.
It also disclosures, no. Eba. In the omo we are then almost statement of defense then and then we start
the
real trial.
Into omo enter plea BBR and omo discuss the issue of bail.
Okay.
At that point
bail say he was not arrested, was he?
Say once omo arraign yeah. They are more or less handed over to the court.
Yes.
So one make a request for bail there unko fee so go back. The issue of bail Mubisa agent is the deputy agent said, do they have any consent and are they opposed to the bail or not? Just so that the court knows what to do by way of the issues. Mr. Tiago court and said, the state is not opposed to the bail.
Okay.
But Mamon granting a self-recognizance bail. In fact, former Works and Housing Minister Collins Dowda.
Yes.
On any day on my court, they were granted self-recognizance bill. Same with Atoforsin and Nancy Hadi.
Okay.
Or more granted a self-recognizance bill, the state didn't oppose it. In fact, Ackah said for this particular instance, there he doesn't think they should grant him self-recognizance bill.
Deputy AG, point to make
it.
Okay.
And I'll say court no fixes surety so at least me no am public servants. And the explanation is just getting the MP to serve documents cry.
Yes.
Omo brain intino. Ojidi say this is not a situation and it's omo mano self-recognizance bill no.
But the point is if about say omuhia say anytime court visit your bar, so then self-recognizance bill should do the trick because I don't know you sign say every court sitting you will be there. So the other age in the opposite.
So an argument they say omo break crowds omo serving with court documents. Okay. For such a person, you need to have some guarantee.
But
Chachukikata argument to make it say MP nembra police for starting hwehwemu omo tro MP na catch any sombra omo person mo caution statement. They went through the Speaker of Parliament according to Chachukikata. They wrote to the Speaker of Parliament. They met an investigative team. They took a statement from him. So his argument was that the MP complied with all the processes with the police. The only issue with the service is because they have refused to go through the Speaker of Parliament.
Okay.
Nti ono ne say because someone respecting the privileges no, anything no more having difficulty no. And just say if there is the case, if it is to make the case that it should not be granted a self-recognizance bill because or very service, that is not true.
Okay.
Because in his opinion, or more process no more person on comply.
Comply.
Because the MP no on Johnny ko BBI or say or parliament or parliamentary work in BBI NT. Only the Ackah court proceeded to grant him the self-recognizance bill. But the courts disagreed and fixed.
They rather agreed with
the deputy attorney general and I'm fix bail in a sum of 100,000 cedis.
100,000 Ghana
cedis with one surety.
One
surety, yeah.
It is our next court date near that
15th of March.
15th March.
Yeah.
And almost the criminal action no eso filed by the Attorney General. Meanwhile, your name say Supreme Court they were on the same issue and as involving the same person. And appeals court the end so still pending.
Still pending, yeah.
Wow. That's really interesting. Ain't you better the ebekwa kwakusi. But MP ne ba court no na or to say na di me na to say.
Oh, very, very common. There, some who there. They be wearing dark glasses, you know, and one wearing some very nice blue suits, being Obet night when he was called, he went into the box. When he had to come out, he came back. Then he went. He was very, very calm. I mean, just interacting with those who came. The former Attorney General Marietta Brio,
yes.
Doisba Mokhtari, Felix Kwachio Fosu. Omunia it me baby PM Samuel for sample for national chairman
so
yeah and also eba be PM omunia Samuel Kujeto Blakwa
okay
also eba ho
and minority leader and kasa so by
and also by Dr. Atufos na mu ono ene ya ne case no so mu ye case management conference
okay but also ba bi
o we fi ho no ba be PM ebegina James Kwesi Nechi
wow that's interesting and apart from no do you have any information on Abronye invitation to the police? No.
Sisiana, someone say also call 4 p.m. That's
4 p.m. Yes, but pictures are he's already there.
I see.
Yeah, he's already there.
So, no, Metra, yes, you can fixing the country. On say 2 groups.
Yeah, will fix the country
and fixing the country.
Yeah, fixing you modi and also been pane.
Yes, and I hope so. Yeah, and almost is here fixing the country and they fix the country near Yasim. Social media na me who
I know that in fixing the country and I fix the country hey here are they so but also the thing he is supposed to have said in the police statement that's quite serious. That's really serious. Maintain voice in there just one voice now. Have you heard the voice of
it was social media?
Oh, you've heard the voice. Oh, okay. But that's really serious.
Yeah.
That's really serious. Inti young police for to South say police for say wa man come back akwache no. You know. And oko in the end what will come out from that meeting with the police. And an invite from the police. It can even be turned into an arrest of a sort where your statement will be taken and the bail will be granted you know now arrest of the sort. And let's see what would happen from this particular meeting. Joseph may not say why you best answer in Komobi Joseph Ackah Blay and Moten and Canada from me the mobile call